That was a command, not an offer.
You can stick your order up your bastard ass.
Perfect. Execute him. Behead him.
Take Lord Janice outside. Ollie, bring me my sword.
Oh. Wait. Hey everybody, and welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Cam, this is Zay, and we are here watching Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 3, High Sparrow. I'm really excited to get into this one, but before we do, if you guys like what you're watching, leave a like down below, subscribe to stay tuned for more. If you're not already, you can hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time that we upload a new video. And if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 5 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. But with that being said, Zay, what do you remember from the previous episode?
Man, I'll work my way backwards, I guess, because it's easier that way. Daenerys ran into Drogon. Finally got an appearance from the missing dragon. Fucking massive, by the way. They kind of had like almost an intimate moment before he flew away, so we don't really know what that means for their relationship. I think that there's still a gap of trust or something going on with them. Maybe we'll see that develop more in this episode. Maybe she gets him under the reins. She also executed a man for actually killing one of.
Oh, we did see him fly off.
Yeah, we saw him fly off. Yeah. She also executed a man for killing one of the what were they called? The
Sons of the Harpy.
Sons of the Harpy. Yeah. Before his trial, so she executed him, which caused a kind of a breakout of a brawl between what were slaves and kind of what were masters. It was a dramatic turn of events, and we got to see how that develops for her. Let's see what else happened. We had
Jon
that
became
going.
Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
Jon's Lord Commander. Beat out Thorne. That's probably going to cause some issues. Thorne didn't seem too happy about it. He only beat him out by 1 vote, so Thorne's camp might make Jon's life a little bit of a living hell. Also, Jon was offered by Stannis to become Jon Stark and Lord of Winterfell. That puts a hindrance in him being Lord Commander, and vice versa. So that might result in him having to make a very, very tough decision. We haven't gotten to see what the ramifications for that was yet, but we will. Brienne ran into Sansa and Baelish at a tavern, and her and Podrick actually ended up fleeing from the tavern, getting chased by Baelish's men. So, Brienne's kind of out of options. She's been trying to save these girls, and now it's like Podrick's basically saying like it might be a lost cause at this point.
Yeah, we also saw that Jaime is trying to head to Dorne. He's trying to recruit Bronn.
Bronn, yeah. And Bronn got news that his wife is no longer his wife, but Jaime's promising him a better castle and better land, better wife. So yeah. I mean, I think it's a pretty solid recap. I mean,
we also saw Arya get accepted into the House of Black and White. So we'll have to see where that goes too.
Yeah, after actually being denied initially from being in the house, and then finding out that the dude that denied her was in fact
Jaqen
H'ghar. So
yeah, we'll have to see how that all plays out. With that being said, let's not make you guys wait any longer. Let's get straight into it.
There is only one God. Ego knows his name, and all men know his gift.
Any idea?
The Lord of Light.
Why do you say that?
I just said it. Oh, he died. Perfect. Glad he drank that water. It's a poison well. For like a brief second, I was like, Joffrey and Sansa? And then I was like, yeah, it's not. I was like, yeah.
I've married the most beautiful woman in the world. It's all because my brother died.
Oh, damn, post-nut clarity hit him hard.
She told me never to trust anyone in King's Landing.
True.
She'll never let you out of her sight.
You're going to bed. Why are you brushing your hair? What does it matter?
I always thought that you missed it. That it was your real home.
This is my real home
So
now,
I banish you.
where my family lives.
I want you to be happy, Mother.
Do it. Send her to Casterly.
Mother! Mother. Welcome.
Oh.
I wish we had some wine for you. It's a bit early in the day for us.
You call an alcoholic.
You raised a gallant young man. I'm forever grateful.
Good.
Oh, it hurts. This fakeness.
Exhausted, to be honest, but what could I expect? He is half lion, half stag.
Little do you know, he's all lion.
Queen Mother will be a queen grandmother soon.
Wouldn't that be a lovely day?
Can you imagine the celebrations?
You can just feel the tension.
Anything you need.
Oh, that was tense. Look at the anger. And she has to hear them cackle as she walks away. You told her, you basically said you fucked her son.
I found the perfect girl to solidify our hold on the North.
If I was a girl, I'd refuse to marry him.
What?
Oh, ain't no way.
You can't make me. I will starve myself. I will die before I have to go there.
I won't force you to do anything. Don't you know by now how much I care for
Right.
you?
You're a little close. What do you think? You think she's gonna do it or
There's no
no?
justice in the world.
Yeah, she's gonna do it. Look at her.
Does not look like the face of someone who's gonna do it.
I didn't say she's gonna do it willingly. She's kind of gonna do it because she like feels like she has to.
I'm proud to be your squire.
Oh,
Look at you, you're so cute.
I'm sorry I'm always snapping at you.
If you didn't snap at me, I wouldn't learn anything.
fuck, Podrick. Can you just not say something right?
Shut the fuck up.
When I was a girl, my father held a ball. None of the boys noticed how mulish and tall I was. My father smiled at me and I smiled at him.
This is gonna take a turn. I know it does. It has to.
Till I saw a few of the boys sniggering.
Oh no.
Brienne the Beauty, they called me. Great joke. And I realized I was the ugliest girl alive. A great lumbering beast.
Sheesh.
I tried to run away, but Renly Baratheon took me in his arms. One day I will avenge King Renly.
But you said a shadow murdered him.
A shadow with the face of Stannis Baratheon.
She has said that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I pledged my life to the Night's Watch. You're as stubborn as your father. And as honorable.
Ah.
Thanks.
Honor got your father killed.
We're like, dope, thank you.
Who are you?
No one. Ow!
Who are you?
I told you I'm not... Do that again!
Damn.
She did.
The girl is not ready.
Clearly not.
I am ready.
Clearly not.
Whose sword is that? It belongs to Arya Stark. Arya Stark's sword, Arya Stark's clothes.
Yeah.
How is it that no one came to be surrounded by Arya Stark's things?
Interesting. First off, don't let her walk out. I would have punched that in the back of the head. Been like, first off, by the way, hit me with that shit again, bro. Oh, she's really throwing everything away. Not needle, though. You can't do needle.
It's the last thing she's holding that's her identity.
Also, the first time we've seen her really break in a while. Down. Oh, she buried it.
Yep, she's burying it.
Lady Sansa, welcome.
Ugh.
Lord Bolton.
Ooh.
Ramsay Bolton.
Little troll boy.
It's an honor to meet you.
Oh, and you're shorter than her. Damn.
Hey, Tom Holland, Zendaya.
Nah, stop. They're a power couple. He's a fucking little, this dude's a little prick. Don't fucking compare them. Don't you dare compare these two to them. How dare you?
It's long past time to dig a new latrine pit. First Builder Yarwick and I have decided to appoint a latrine captain to oversee this crucial task.
No fucking way.
Brian. Seems like a good job for a ginger.
I so thought he was about to do it to Thorne. I was like, no fucking balls. Dude.
You proved your valor many times over while defending the wall from the wildling attack. I name you First Ranger.
Wow.
He could have been petty.
And it seems like Sir Alistair was a little taken aback.
I was charged with the defense of King's Landing when you were soiling your swaddling clothes. Keep your room.
Okay, they're whitebeard fucknuts. I'm the leader here.
That was a command, not an offer.
You can stick your order up your bastard ass.
Perfect. Execute him. Behead him.
Take Lord Janice outside. Ollie, bring me my sword.
Oh. Wait.
My lord, please, mercy! Mercy! I'll go, I will! Please. I'm afraid.
Is he gonna do it? Yeah. Yeah, just set an example. And set an example he did.
He just fucking yoinked his head, bro.
Yo, straight off.
You are a sinner, and you shall be punished.
He's whipping his dick? Jesus Christ. Relax.
I heard this assault began in Littlefinger's brothel.
Yes.
A man's private affairs ought to stay private.
Of course, he's gonna say that.
Fucking Gramps over there.
I ask that you execute their leader, this so-called High Sparrow.
The young man said I'd find the High Sparrow back here. Where is he?
It's only a name. Quite an easy burden to bear. Far easier than hers.
Get him food, bro. I know he's acting, but he needs nutrients. Fucking A.
You'd only come here to arrest me for that incident with the High Septon.
The faith and the crown are the two pillars that hold up this world. One collapses, so does the other.
Fair.
We must do everything necessary to protect one another.
Oh, he liked that.
It's very reminiscent, though, of medieval times, though. That's how it kind of was. The faith, you had the king, and then it's like the church was the same, basically, if not in control.
You gambled when you drove a dagger into Robb Stark's heart.
Yeah.
Yeah?
The last time the Lords of the Eyrie formed an alliance with the Lords of the North, they brought down the greatest dynasty this world has ever known.
Yeah.
Yeah? And, wow.
Cersei will expect a reply.
I'd like to read the reply.
Smart.
And smart. So now this is one, you know, this is something we could see happen with Dany and Tyrion, though, at the same time. You know, you're from King's Landing, but why are you here?
You should have told me. Who doesn't want to meet the Savior?
Oh.
Oh, she heard that shit. She's furious.
Come on. Let's find a brothel.
His first solution is to go find a whorehouse. Okay. Come on. Should we get going? No. Let's find a strip club. Let's go have fun for a minute.
Come on.
I'm sorry, I can't. Believe me, no one is more shocked than I am.
Can you blame him? I mean, he fucking...
I know.
No need to worry. It's just... Oh. Thought you were someone else.
That's not who I thought.
I'm sure there are girls inside who'd be happy to oblige.
Wait!
Made some kind
No!
of mistake.
Wait!
Why don't you tell me
What the fuck just happened? I mean, I get... What the fuck? I mean, I imagine... Well, let's get into the fucking...
All right, if you guys liked what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more. If you're not already, go watch our full-length section in the next 5 episodes on Patreon. Isaiah, what are your thoughts initially before we get into the Q&A?
Wild episode. The ending definitely caught me a little off guard. I thought Varys was the one that was going to end up walking up to Tyrion. Again, it's still a very cool season. I don't know what it is about the season. It's very... I'm vibing with this season very much. I like the pacing of it and everything. I don't know. It feels like they're not overloading a bunch of like stuff going on, I guess. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But
every season you're becoming more familiar with the characters, more familiar with the world.
Yeah.
And we could be reaching that point where you're like just immersed every time you see it again. So
That might be the case, yeah.
it could be, or it could just be really to your taste. Yeah, so let's get into the Q&A. Let's start with Arya. Arya is in this House of Black and White, and you know they're saying you've got to be no one, and she's trying to say she's no one, but they're like, no, you have Arya Stark stuff. And we saw the guy drink the water and die, and we saw them go up to a dead body and wash it and stuff like that. And he was talking about the many-faced God, and he had a Lord of Light thing in there. He had the Stranger thing in there, which is another one of the gods or aspect of the gods. So he has multiple, you know, tributes to gods or whatever in there, but he refers to the many-faced God.
Right.
What's your whole perspective on that whole situation? And what do you think might be in store for Arya going forward?
I'm a little mad I didn't recognize the whole, you know, the man of no face. And it's like, you know, I didn't connect the dots about her still having her stuff, basically having to separating her identity, right? She removed her identity in this scene. I will say with the many-faced God, I'm sorry, I'll probably look like a dumbass to some of these people. And by the time they'll be like, oh, how did he not realize? I'll already realize, because it'll probably be so far that I realize who he's talking to. I don't know what God he's referring to or what might he be alluding to, because I know you were saying
the best
like, who do you
thing
think?
that I would say, and I'm sorry guys if you consider this leading or not, I think it's just, well, again, I'm only referring to what was said in the past, and I won't even say it. But again, I'm sorry if this bothers you. Comment down below so maybe I can adjust things going forward with other reactions. But with that being said, just think about the things he has said and what he's said and how he's said it, not just in this episode, but all in the past.
I'm gonna mull over it for sure.
Yeah.
But
and that might indicate to you more so of
who,
what the many-faced God is or what he's about. But with that being said, there is, if you really remember the things he said, you could start to piece it together.
Okay.
Other than that, you might piece it together later as time goes on.
I think her training starts now, so I'm interested to see her get engaged with with them and kind of get more of a development. We got to see her wash that body and everything, so I think she's finally getting enveloped into the culture of the Black and White House. So I'm interested to see what goes on for sure in the future.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to get into. Next, we have the whole situation with Marjorie and Cersei and Tommen, this kind of triangle that's forming. And eventually, Cersei basically, well, let's just get into that triangle that's forming and what you think the power dynamic there is and how do you think that might affect things going forward.
Seems like Marjorie is winning right now, but it seems like Cersei's not going to obviously give up without a fight. It's a dangerous circle, you know, and Marjorie's like kind of trying to assert her dominance. She was in a situation where she had her friends around and, you know, Cersei came up. So she wants to like play, you know, she's playing the power role, like kind of poking at Cersei, like, what are you going to do about it? Like, I have this control, this, that, and the other thing. That being said, I am nervous for her because Cersei is unforgiving and relentless, and don't play with her. She will find a way to get what she wants done. So Marjorie could be in danger, very much so. And Tormund's just getting manipulated on both. Tommen is getting manipulated on both ends, from his wife and from his mother, against one another, respectively. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Next on the list, let's talk about the whole Sansa, Ramsay, Littlefinger aspect that's going on there.
Yeah.
Sansa, by Littlefinger, is being wed to Ramsay, who is Roose Bolton's son. And what Roose Bolton's basically trying to do is say, you know, I'm Warden of the North, but the North still is loyal to the Starks. So if I wed Sansa to my son, then everything gets good. Well, so what do you think the dynamic is behind all of that? What do you think Littlefinger's end game might have been there, or his goal? And also, how do you think that this marriage is going to work out, if it even ever does officially happen.
I feel like if anything, I feel like Baelish wants Sansa to succeed.
I guess, do you think it is the marriage is going to happen? Then, if so,
I think it's going to happen, but I don't think that. I think it's going to happen, but I think that Sansa is going along with it with, you know, ideas and thoughts of her head of how can I get vengeance for everything that's happened, you know, to my brother, to my mother, and everything. I don't think that she's doing it because she's like, oh, I want to, you know what I'm saying? She was obviously very against it in the first place. I mean, for many obvious reasons. I'm really curious to see Baelish's game. What is his end game with this? What does he think he's going to get out of this? Or how is he playing his cards? Because he's clearly happy about what's going down. Like, we saw him talk to her, whatever, and then when she walked away, he got like this grin, like, she is going for it. So it's like, what is his end game? I'm very curious to see, because
I mean, we saw a little bit of distrust between Roose and Littlefinger,
right?
So it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how all that plays out. We had Jon as Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. He basically turned down Stannis' offer, and then he assigned some roles, and someone stood up to him, and he had to make an example, set an example, and he executed him. So what do you think about that whole situation and how that might affect things going forward? Do you think that's going to turn more men against him, or do you think that's going to make more men more loyal to him and respect him?
I think that he not only asserted his role as Lord Commander, but with Thorne actually stepping aside and allowing arguably his right-hand man to get executed and respecting his decision, just created like oh fuck, like if Thorne's representing him or respecting him, then we need to. So I think that Jon has asserted his spot as Lord Commander, and is going to definitely, he's getting his point across. Like, I'm not playing games. I'm not one to mess with, and I'm excited to see him, embrace this role and what he can do to, get his, keep advancing the Men of the Night Watch and everything going on. Yeah,
that'll be an interesting situation as well. So then we had a whole situation with the High Septim and Cersei and the High Sparrow. Faith is being more incorporated into, I guess, the kingdom side of things, the political side of things. Now, I mean, we've seen Faith throughout the show with like the Lord of the Light, the many-faced God,
right,
but we're seeing more of an incorporation of faith, I guess you could say, and religion with the High Sparrow and the High Septim. And Cersei decided that she wants to, her desires align with the High Sparrow's desires, and basically told him that, and the High Septim is now in the dungeon. So what are your thoughts about that whole situation? Cersei having aligning thoughts with the High Sparrow for whatever reason, and basically, I mean, she did say, they need to stay united, but, the High Septim was religious. He was at a brothel. So it's basically, she chose him over the High Septim. Why do you think that is? And what do you think that might, how do you think that might affect things going forward?
Maybe, so here's the only thing that I kind of thought of, is that maybe with Cersei and her thinking is that, the High Septim was the more established, which would be kind of, I guess, less subject to manipulation, if that makes sense.
I mean,
does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like,
I get what you're saying.
The High Sparrow might not be as subject to manipulation, or High Sparrow will be more subject to manipulation than the High Septim. So, with that being said, it's like, if you can take out this section of them, then how much easier is it for you to kind of get control? And as I had mentioned before, I was like, religion and all that stuff has been like a relatively focalish point. Like, they usually have the king and then the religion that follows very closely after, both major powerhouses of a kingdom and rulers and everything. So you could argue it's a chess move made by her. Has to be making major moves because of everything that's been going down between Marjorie getting her claws and Tommen Tommen, fucking hey, Tommen. It's Bran and Bronn all over again. Tommen. So with her getting claws in Tommen, you know, kind of Jamie, you know, supporting Tyrion and the father dying. It's like she's got to grasp for straws right now and get whatever advantages she can to, you know, maintain her power position, in my opinion, at least.
Okay. I'm not sure if she knows. I don't think she knows that Jamie let Tyrion escape.
Well, yeah,
But
okay, she might not, but I guess the support that he's shown Tyrion for so long has been kind of, it seems like, making her allude to the idea that
I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I know she's at least suspicious of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, so very well, if she doesn't know, then yeah, she's probably highly suspicious of it. It's like, okay, there's something suspicious.
But basically, you think she's making a big brain move for
she needs to. Well, I think she needs to. She needs to, because if she needs to maintain her dominance and everything, then she has to start making some sort of plays. Everyone else is making plays.
Yeah,
Baelish is, you know, even Varys is, like, you know.
So speaking of well.
No, that was pretty much it. No, that was. I know you're about to get into Varys.
Yeah. So speaking of Varys, we got to see Tyrion and Varys visit a brothel. A little breakdown of Tyrion when he's trying to get with Whore, and then Tyrion goes to take a piss and gets basically tied up by Jorah, who we saw there.
Yeah.
So what's your whole thoughts? What are your whole thoughts on that whole situation? And what do you think Jorah is trying to do?
So, now Jorah says, I'm bringing you to the queen. I kind of liked how they left it vague. Now, you could argue that, you know, Jorah is referring to Dany, right? Because that was the queen that he had been, you know, serving. Mm-hmm. But you could also, well, I guess technically the queen would also be Marjorie from King's Landing, or Cersei, if he's not aware of everything that's gone down. You know, it could be alluding to like Cersei and the Lannisters, which want him, arguably, or bring him to Dany. But why would he bring him to Dany? I mean, I guess kind of a bargaining chip, not the best bargaining chip, but a bargaining chip. I wouldn't say I knew. I thought that he and Tyrion would run into each other. I thought him, Tyrion, and Varys were going to meet each other at that brothel. It was not in the sense that I thought, though, what went down. I didn't expect him to fucking gag him and rope him. I was like, I thought he was about to hang him. I was like, holy shit, he's about to hang him over the edge, like right here. I'm like, this is it for Tyrion. But then he's like, I'm bringing you to the queen. I was like, oh, well, okay. Like, fair enough.
Do you have, what is your guess? Which queen?
I think he's bringing him to Dany. Okay. I think he's bringing him to Dany because the common enemy is the Lannisters. Maybe it's a bargaining chip information on what's going on in King's Landing. That's where I
did banish
imagine.
Him. Like
she
that's
did,
like
but
you can't come back type of situation.
She did, but that might provide, you know, her enough intel and all the information that she needs that will allow him to maybe come back. Like, okay,
maybe
you were selling our secrets, but you know, you kind of brought us something back worth, you know, the trade. So, well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. It was sad though, seeing the whole engagement with the brothel woman, because I was like, damn, I thought that was going to go down also. Kind of, I was just like, I'm like, is he really going to get with a girl right now? Because after everything that happened, like, she's going to remind him of Shay, right? I imagine. And
yeah, that was sad. But with that being said, we'll have to see what happens next. Again, if you guys like what you were watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more if you're not already. You can watch that. You can hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. And if you want to watch a full-length reaction to this in the next 5 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. Zay?
I do have a Twitch Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Tuesdays and Fridays are with Cameron. Come tune in. Come say hi. We do a gaming gauntlet sometimes together where we wager a little bit of money, nothing crazy. We're not, you know, we're not rich, so we're kind of both broke. But and I also do playthroughs. I'll have a YouTube up as well. So come tune in, come say hi, guys. Please, no spoilers. I hope to see you there. And Cam, I know you have a Twitch as well.
Yep, just your average Cam. If you want to see what I'm playing, you can click that link in the description. But with that being said, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.